My sister helped me plan my wedding, then she stole my husband. I trusted my sister with my wedding. Not just the planning, not just the details. I trusted her with my happiness. And she used that trust to take everything from me. My name doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the mistake I made by believing that blood meant loyalty. For most of my life, my sister Rachel was my closest person. She was older than me, louder than me, and always seemed to know exactly what to say in any room. People gravitated toward her naturally. Growing up, she was my protector, my guide, my built-in best friend. So when I met Aaron, she was the first person I told. I remember sitting across from her at a cafe, nervously explaining how we met, how different he felt from anyone I'd ever known. She listened closely, smiling, asking questions. When I finished, she reached across the table, squeezed my hand, and said she'd never seen me this happy. I believed her. When Aaron proposed, Rachel cried harder than anyone else. She hugged me so tightly I could barely breathe and immediately started talking about venues, dresses, flowers. She insisted on helping with everything. She came with me to every bridal fitting. She helped me choose the dress I would walk down the aisle in. She told me which fabrics suited me, which colors made me glow. She said Aaron was perfect for me. That I'd found the kind of love people search their whole lives for. I didn't notice how often she texted him. I didn't notice how comfortable they already were with each other. Why would I? She was my sister, and he was the man I was going to marry. The wedding day was beautiful. Everything Rachel helped plan came together perfectly. The flowers, the lighting, the music. As I walked down the aisle toward Aaron, I saw Rachel smiling in the front row, watching me with what I thought was pride. Looking back now, I wonder who she was really smiling for. The first few months of marriage were calm. Not perfect, but steady. Aaron was kind, attentive, still the man I fell in love with. Rachel started coming over more often. At first, it felt normal. She said she missed me. She said she didn't want marriage to change our relationship. Sometimes she'd stop by unannounced. Other times she'd stay late into the evening. She and Aaron laughed easily together. They shared inside jokes I didn't always understand. When I noticed it, I pushed the thought away. Sisters don't betray sisters. Best friends don't cross lines like that. I told myself I was being paranoid. But something slowly began to shift. Aaron started coming home later than usual. Not dramatically late, just late enough to feel off. When I talked, he listened, but his attention felt divided. Like part of him was always somewhere else. Rachel started dressing differently when she came over. Perfume, makeup she didn't usually wear. Once, she joked about how lucky I was to have Aaron. She said it more than once. Too many times. I laughed along. That was my mistake. The truth didn't come to me through suspicion. It came to me by accident. One night, Aaron went to shower and left his laptop open on the couch. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't looking for anything. A message notification appeared on the screen. At first, I didn't even register it. Then I read the words. I miss you already. Today felt too short. My heart dropped into my stomach. The sender's name froze me in place. Rachel. I stared at the screen, waiting for context that never came. Waiting for a harmless explanation that didn't exist. My hands started shaking. When Aaron came back into the room, I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just asked one question. How long? He didn't lie. He didn't hesitate. He sat down and told me it started before the wedding. While I was choosing dresses with my sister, while I was planning a future with him, they were already choosing each other. He said it wasn't supposed to happen. That it started as conversations. Then feelings. He said he didn't know how to stop it. I listened quietly. Something inside me broke very cleanly. I confronted Rachel the next day. She didn't cry. She didn't look surprised. She looked relieved. She said she never meant for it to happen. She said she didn't plan to fall in love. As if love just appears without choices. As if betrayal is an accident. She told me she didn't want to hurt me. That she was confused. I realized then that she wasn't confused at all. She just wasn't sorry. I moved out a week later. I packed my things slowly. Carefully. Rachel didn't come over while I was there. Aaron stayed quiet. 3 weeks later, a mutual friend told me Rachel had moved in. Into the house I helped decorate. Into the space I thought was safe. With the man I married. They didn't just betray me. They replaced me. I cut them both out of my life. No closure. No explanations. No forgiveness. Months later, I heard they were engaged. I didn't feel anger. I felt empty. Some betrayals don't explode. They hollow you out quietly. I don't hate my sister. I don't love her either. I just know now that trust, once broken, doesn't heal the same way. And family. Family can hurt you in ways strangers never could. This was my story. And it's the reason I no longer confuse blood with loyalty.